Good afternoon, guys and girls. Itai here. We're in JFK, New York, Kennedy Airport, and in Terminal 4. This is our beautiful 747-200 by Felis, operated by ELY, and we're about to take it, as you can see in the map, all the way back to Tel Aviv today. Today I was going to do something a little bit different. We're actually starting the actual flight stream with the quiet cruise concept like I always do. This is going to start in an hour. In this stream, I'm just going to prepare it or do whatever I need to prepare the sim, the flight, all that stuff. And I thought I'm going to do that for once on camera. Especially because the Felis has a lot of preparation built into it. So if you're not interested in any of that, the actual pushback and end of boarding and pushback will be in the next video. So you're welcome to do that. And if you are interested, then I'm happy to have you. And yeah, just welcome to join in. I'm going to finish the flight preparations, then simulate to be the flight engineer going into the flight deck and preparing what needs to be prepared over there. And actually, let's do it in reverse. Let's first go to the flight deck and just do the checks, the inspections, and all that stuff. And once the airplane is kind of okay to board, the rest of the crew can kind of flow in, kind of come on different times. Then we can finish preparing the flight plan and dive into the cockpit preparations, which ironically, except for the multiple inspections that the flight engineer has to do, the actual flight instruments, the preparation is really short because it's not like a whole FMC you can plan the whole route into. It's just the first few points and that's it. So yeah, with that being said, I think it's time for us to walk into the airplane. And yeah, as we can see, it's the old 747-200. And I have nothing smart to say except you're welcome to join me. Let me know if you have any concerns or comments on this particular stream. Because of the fact that I'm right here with you, I'm more open to talking directly from by voice to chat people. So if you guys are joining in, welcome. And I'll try to be responsive while kind of in a chill way doing the work. Sorry if my voice sounds weird. I just returned yesterday from a trip and now I kind of feel like my throat is a little bit, not really sick, but my throat is starting to feel a little bit, not sore, but maybe swollen a little bit. So anyway, hope it doesn't turn into something. But for now, I feel good enough. Let's get into here. Circuit breakers, all that stuff. We got the fire extinguisher. Let's see, over here. Oh, that looks good with the two jump seats actually. Probably have the safety vest, life vest, excuse me. Those escape devices, the escape hatch, circuit breakers here as well. Everything looks good. And let's see what else we probably want to check. I'm sorry I did not memorize the actual flows of the 74200. I mean, I've looked at them in the past and I've done them, but I do not have them down exactly. So if it's not exactly the actual what the actual thing is, I'm sorry in advance. I'm just checking what needs to be checked right now. Let's get the battery on. Standby power checked on manual on and back to off and to normal. Everything here looks good. We'll use that opportunity to check the battery, which we are discharging, but good voltage. Same for the APU battery. This one is not discharging, but it looks good enough. We don't need the APU yet. Nevertheless, the squib test is good. Fire test is checked. Oh, actually not. Let's see. Missed one thing. There we go. The fire bells as well. Very cool. Fall test, cool. This can stay off for the time being. I'll leave the auxiliary power for just a second. I want to check what else needs to be checked. These are off. These are all off for the time being. The hydraulics are all off. Jettison is off. The fuel pumps are off. Overhead panel. Let's see the probe heat. The windshield wipers. All the alternate flight control switches. And this kit can go on actually. Body steering can go to arm. Nav should have been on to begin with. And this is all good enough for me to at least get the ground power connected. So let's check this out. External power 1 and 2, both are acceptable, so let's do it. Good. So first things first, engine oil quantity looks good. Get some lights here. It's pretty cold here, and therefore the ground personnel have neglected to connect the ground power. So when I do the walk around, I'll tell them to get the ground power so we can be without jackets here. Everything here looks okay. And let's get some galley power, so when the flight attendant gets here, they can start working on that. The chillers for the time being. Everything looks to hold pretty well. And we'll stop at that for now. Actually, no, we'll get... Gasper will stay off. Except for one. Trim air. This will throw massively hot air once we start the actual packs. So I'll dial it down already in advance. Humidifier off. All these are good. We don't need to manually do anything right now. Packs are off for the time being, but the bleeds can go on. There's no reason for them to be all closed. I don't know the initial altitude yet, but we can do the rate limit check. Real life, I heard at least it's more complex, but not gonna do the full test now. 2992, it's good enough for me. So now let's get things started here. So these must go on. Good. NTIs. Cool, that looks good to me. And before we do anything else, I want to put the INSs to align because it takes forever. And let's do a quick light test. Looks very Christmassy. background, just to have like the neons, kind of like a workspace almost. Good. Cool. Let's just go through them real quick. This is how we want it. HF1, HF2, US bus. We'll check the PA.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. On behalf of the entire crew, welcome aboard the Boeing 747 Classic. We will depart shortly after we have our clearance and the cabin crew is finished with their preparations. For now, I wish you a pleasant flight, and I will be back during the flight with further flight information.
Good, so that was just a quick check for the PA. When I actually do the flight, I'll do my PAs to passengers myself. So it is another thing. This can go to dim. Cool. Let's check these. So let's just get some lights here first. Cool. Radio. This is off. These are both off. 150, 314 from the previous landing here. Here it's heading. I do think we'll take 31 left, but I'm not sure yet. This will go to 5,000, but first I want to check the altitude alert. Good. We'll do that. Let's see.
Pull up. Glide slope. Glide slope. Pull up. Glide slope. Glide slope.
Cool. So far so good. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Sorry, Big Yoke, you're gonna have to go. Let's see, all the guards here are checked. This is on B, this is on A. All the guards are checked. The brake reserve hydraulic system, reserve brake hydraulic system 2, brake source low pressure lights. All that looks good to me. All of these make sense for the engine, probeat, yaw dampers, sorry. This looks good, so we can test this guy. And test this guy. And do the uplift, down right. Cool. The rest looks good, and over here the same. Test this guy. Test this guy. And uplift. Down right. Cool. Is it me or the left worked on the artificial horizon, but the right one? Oh no, my mistake. Yeah, it's my fluke. Get some of these. Actually, int can stay here. Marker can go way lower. And here would be this, that, and that. And next would be these. We'll test. Good. And So that's checked. It'll be left off for the time being. 2000. Good, we can deal with these. Let's see where we are. So JFK, we need the coordinates of Terminal 4, B31. So let's see where that would be. Hi Michael, good to see you here. I'm very happy to have you on board. Yeah man, I appreciate what you're saying with to hear me and my consideration and talking during the takeoffs and landings. My videos though, as opposed to other simmers, other streamers, I want to say, is the fact that I want to keep it like a quiet environment. So because I use my own videos when I just need a white noise in the background, so I don't want rambling or talking, at least not in the long haul flights. That this is not the intention behind the videos to begin with. That's why I'm doing this separate stream right now, and in about 47 minutes. It's going to be a separate video for the long-haul cruise with the microphone mostly off. Now, if I'm going to do a short haul, I'll probably be a little bit more talkative. So, that being said, I'm very happy to have you. And yeah, we're doing right now the flight engineer preparation. So, we're just about to line up to align the all three INSs. So, yeah, I got you, Michael. Thanks, man. I really appreciate it, and I'd like to have you here. So, INS number 3, I'm just going to put the coordinates for, do the test and position, and we're looking at B31, so it's this row over here. I don't know if you can see it on the screen. It's kind of small, I know, but you can believe when I say it's north 40. 38, 4, and once we've aligned the INSs, I think we'll go into the flight planning. After the flight planning, we'll go into the walk around, and that would be it. The actual INS programming is going to be, no, we'll do it right after. Okay, anyway, so let's see, west. 73469. 73469. So 40, 38, 4, 73, 9. So that looks good to me. We'll track how this is doing. Now we can go to the other two. Of course, man, of course. This looks good, and the test looks like we are in the process of alignment, and it looks good so far. Oop. Position. So, once again, we're on 0, so we're north. 40, 38, 4, 38, 4, inserts, north, 40, 38, 4, west, let's see, 73469, 73469, and here as well, west, 73469. Good. So everything should be on the go. We'll track everything actually is lining. After it gets aligned, we can go into triple mix to mode 4, and we should probably turn the CRT screen on. It takes some while to warm up. Yeah, so the alignment process takes a long time, especially the more north on the planet we get, so it's fairly north now. It'll take a while, probably at least 20 minutes, or at least 20 minutes since we put it into align mode. So it is aligning now. It has the coordinates, and like I said, it will take at least 20 minutes, so that's on the go. The cockpit preparation looks fairly okay. I guess we can check the check out the VORs. I'm thinking we're gonna do today the Kennedy 5 departure. I did not check the weather yet, but I'm assuming we're gonna need Kennedy VOR 115.9. So we're getting some reading, that's good. We'll put it on both sides. Actually, it's possible we'll need Canarsie, actually. So Canarsie would be 12.3. The other 12.3. We potentially would be doing the Canarsie climb, but that would be for later. For now, the course is remaining on 314. And we can check out the actual tone. Let's see. Good. So the Morse code matches what we see here for Kennedy, and let's see if we can see the one for Canarsie. Michael, as I said, good to see you here, man. What are you flying, if I may ask? Do you fly in real life or just a sim? And if so, what do you prefer flying in general? What do you do? Flying wise. By the way, we do have. By the time you're probably typing, we do have. Everything checks out, so we can get the catering going. In a bit, once we get the flight plan finalized, we can get the we can probably get the fuel order as well, and all that weight and balance stuff. Catering is probably using the back here, and yeah, that would be it for now. Let's drive all of these up. Still no ground air for the time being. Did a few private lessons on the 152 and want to get back to it. Get back into it. Awesome, man. I found that my flight sim experience at the time really helped me with my real world flying, and especially because, well, since we like it so much to do it on our own free time, it also makes sense that we would invest a lot of time into the actual flying, and then it really shows in the theory lessons. Not bragging or anything, but it just really, really, really helped me when I came to actually flying. Cool. Let's see. Are they here yet? Yeah, everyone should be here pretty soon. So we'll get them some of the doors as well. Cool. Now let's continue on the flight engineer panel, because we kind of stopped halfway through, which, if I remember correctly, this it's kind of like what the flows call for, or maybe I mix it up a little bit, but anyway, we'll continue here. This is all checked. We did the rate limiter. It does open the outflow valves. Oh, Michael, I really appreciate it, man. I really, really do. You know what? I might think about it right now. Right now, it's not in the plan to do anything like that, but I really appreciate you saying that. It means a lot. It really does. It's just flight simming is just something I do on my time off for fun, and like I said, I just like sharing what I do sometimes. I know. Now that I think of it, it would be nice to have nicer stuff so I can bring more high quality streams as well. But yeah, for the time being, I'm not doing anything like that. But I really appreciate your support, man. It means a lot. Moral support is at least half the effort. Hydraulic quantity looks good. Everything on the pump is on normal and off. And here as well, brake source and electric pump. Let's see, we'll test. Have we tested this? No, I don't think we have. But we have tested this. This is what happens when I'm coming out of the flow. Test system 1, system 2. We're good. All the doors look matching what should be matching. Let's see. Door 1, right and left. 2 right for the catering. 1 and 5, and all the cargoes. Ground safety relay on. Okay, cool. That all looks good. Brake temperature monitoring. Looks good as well. Flight recorder. Looks good. Anti-skid, it's all off. Actually, might want to test it. Anti-skid. Yep, everything matches. So once again, for everyone who joined a little bit later, this is just me preparing the flight deck for boarding in general. And afterwards, I'm going to go into the flight planning again, just to finalize the flight plan and preparing everything. And this is not something I usually do, but there's just a lot of material here, and I thought some people might like to see it as well, with me talking through it. Now, my usual video streams, when I'm not talking, microphone is off most of the time. This is going to happen. It's going to happen in about, let's see, 35 minutes from now, and which is when I'm going to stop this stream and just start a new one, when it's going to be my usual, just say hi to everyone and then shut the microphone off, and then it's going to be a quiet cruise concept. So this is coming right after I'm done with my preparations. This is highly technical. What I'm doing now is all the technical stuff, and I guess a lot of people might find it interesting. Not all the people might find it interesting all the time when they just want to watch a nice quiet, stream of a quiet cruise concept. But for everyone who's keeping track, the departure time for our flight is going to be at 18:30 Zulu, which is in let's see, in 45 minutes. So we should be starting boarding really, really soon. So as soon as I'm gonna do that, yeah, I'm gonna delay the walk around. The walk around we're gonna do later. I just want to finalize the flight plan and get started on the mostly the fuel, but also give the okay to board, because this airplane takes a long time to board. We have tested the APU beforehand, so I think I'm going to start it up just to get the temperature a little bit more under control. Here, compartment, yeah, it's very cold outside. It's barely 16 degrees outside. It's just not a comfortable passenger temperature. So since the ground personnel here a little bit, we asked them, but they're a little bit reluctant to give us ground air, APU will come up. And I'm sorry, it's not very eco-friendly, but it is what it is. We'll get the field off. Basically, we're just energizing the coil within the generator. It doesn't give us the the actual electricity. But now, because we energized it, now if we check the actual APU generator, it does produce good electricity, so we can actually close the circuit and get the generator off. And therefore, because we did that, I guess probably, by the way, catering would be done by now. But because we did that, we can, well, we'll tell them later to disconnect the GPU, the ground power unit. Anyway, with that being said, I suggest, first of all, let me put like a nicer, cool, we'll do that as a view, and I guess we'll just go to finalize the flight plan. So I did already plan, let's see if I can put a nicer view, hold on. Let's do this. Okay, good. So, not that we're here. I hope you guys are seeing and it's not too small. This is the flight that I kind of pre-made yesterday. Now I'm going to go edit because since then the weather has slightly changed, the weather forecast I mean. So I'm just going to edit it, put everything back into here and check that everything is good and recompile the flight with more current winds and stuff like that. Good. So, we're still looking at El Al 2, JFK to Ben Gurion. Eilat Ramon is our alternate. 17th of November 22, departure in Zulu is 18:30. It's in 46 minutes from now for X-ray Alpha X-ray Bravo. Units are going to be in pounds. Contingency fuel, we can put it on 5% of 20. Reserve fuel auto. NOTAMs. Why no NOTAMs? We don't want FIR NOTAMs. That's something else. This all looks good. We're going to be cruising fast today at Mach 85. Everything here looks good. Departure 31 left, arrival 30. Let's see what the weather looks like here in JFK right now. Oh yeah, absolutely. And perfect for no D-ray departure. Extra fuel 15 minutes, I like that. Taxi out 20 minutes, taxi in 8 minutes. Passengers auto, freight auto, zero fuel weight auto. Cool. Nat Zulu doesn't work, so let's see. Zuko, and the only thing I want to change from that is from Zuko I want to go directly to Godet because all the stars are RNAV only. We cannot do RNAV stars. So everything here looks good. Let's look at the significant weather. Mostly good with the jet stream. Here probably a little bit of turbulence while crossing all these jet streams. Here a little bit of weather and a little bit here over the Aegean in Greece. And then, a little bit more even Europe. Okay. Looks good to me. I think it's good enough to compile. Let's see, what are we looking for? This is, oh, it's up to 31,000 and this is up to 15,000, so we should be above the weather here. CB here up to 36, so if we're 37, it's, oh yeah, absolutely. Mountain obscuration up to 20,000. Good, so yeah, by that point I'm guessing gonna be like 37,000 or 39 even. We should be good. Good, I'm happy with that. Generating the flight, and then I'm gonna get the fuel people started and the boarding and okay to start. Oh, by the way, I never did. Yeah, I definitely want to copy the flight plan. Good. I never did get the APU air, that's why it's still kind of cold here. So APU. Good. Looks good. Now we should start seeing the temperature rising for change. We got this, we got that. We can get the gaspers on to even better circulate or change the air here. It's really cold. I wanted to get it warmer. At least something like that looks reasonable. And it should get better at some point. Cool. Now where we're at. Where are we at? First things first, let's get things going. We need 278,000 pound, 0.5 of fuel. And the reason I'm working with pounds is because I found performance manuals that use pounds as well. So yeah, load calculator, I'm guessing, let's see. Too much, too far. I want to see how many passengers we're planning. 257 passengers. I'll make it a little bit above as if something had changed. 270 people. 271. Cargo, let's see, or payload 62.7 total. I guess we should be a little bit less for zero fuel of 449.4. Yeah, I need to lose some of the weight here. We don't need to lose everything, but we definitely don't have as much cargo as this. We could simulate like last minute packages or something. So yeah, 457.7. We're planned to be far from max fuel, max zero fuel weight, max fuel, max takeoff weight, and max landing weight. So we can afford to allow some extra passengers and packages. So that's what we just did. Now as for the plan, the fuel planning that is, ground distance, let's consider it like 5,050. And we'll eventually cruise at flight level 390. Tailwind is going to be plus 70. Alternate distance is about 100. Contingency 5. Taxi fuel 20. That brings us up to 270, no, 246. So we need to come up to a trip fuel 233.4. Trip fuel 2, so we'll increase that. 35, we'll do that. Okay, close enough. Contingency, and for a total of 272, we'll still need some more extra. Fortunately, I can't put some extra here, but I can do this. So 279.0, that's good enough for me. So we can, the load sheet would be later, but we can first of all get the refuel going. So we'll use the load sheet data. We want 279.1, so that's close enough. We can call tanker to reach total amount. Then payload, we'll use load sheet data. We need 271 people, and we can start to board and to load. Let's see that we're actually refueling. Yes, we are. Beautiful. Awesome. With that being said, I want to check the legality of the route, whatever you call that. So, supposed to leave here 18:30. Right now, we're looking at 270 to 21, gusting 27, more than 10 statute miles, scattered 4600, 8 minus 3, altimeter 2994. 2994. And we are getting the 8 degrees outside, that's nice. Good. Current 8is departing 2 right. I think we'll take 3-1 left just because it's more interesting with the SID. We're not on VATSIM right now, and I don't want to be because I think it makes the simulator crash for me. Low level wind shear advisory is in effect. Attention all aircraft, 5G NOTAM in effect. Contact flight service station, bird activity vicinity of the airport, numerous cranes operating at JFK, read back runway hold short instructions, advise your information Lima. That's from the release. Let's see if there's any NOTAMs that affect our departure here. Here's a 5G NOTAM again. 3-1 left is closed until 1900 Zulu, which is just like 30 minutes after we push out of here. It's effectively in an hour from now, an hour and 7 minutes. So if it opens up ahead of time, we can take 3-1 left. And spoiler alert, simulation-wise, I'll tell you it is. SID Kennedy 5, code departures not authorized, except for suitable RNAV. That's not us. This part of the VORTAC is out of service. Approach procedures if we have to come back. 3-1 right, that's good. Start. So overall good. Now we can close that. Arrival JFK 405 plan. So we're still, it's going to be the 18th. Awesome, it's going to be the first row, variable 4 knots, more than 10 kilometers and scattered 3,000, so it's perfectly good and legal. No TEMS, nothing interesting at all. Some construction works, but nothing that actually closes anything of interest to us. Our alternate, the TAF, beautiful weather, 36012, Cav OK, 26 degree. Oh, okay, yeah, I get you. Okay, yeah. Anyway, good weather for the entire duration. No TEMS, again, nothing of interest. Now let's check our ETOPS alternates. For that, we need the times for the ETOPS validity. Where was that? No, I passed it here. En route alternate suitability period. Gander CYQX, we need between 2136 to 0039. It says we need 602 miles. Looks like we're gonna have 808,000 or 8 kilometers. So let's make sure that's actually true. CYQX between 2136 to 0039. 2136, that's this one. Interesting. From this and that. Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, but it looks... Oh, the tempo is until 21... Well, I see what they're saying, but no, it's actually this, so... We're looking great with legally more than 6 statute miles broken, 1,500 as the ceiling legally, so that's good. I don't see any pertinent NOTAMs for here. As for Keflavik, the weather needs to be between 2239 to 116. Needs to be at least 602 miles, forecasting 2,510 kilometers. So we are looking at this becoming 2,500 and and I am seeing good visibility. As for the NOTAMs, everything looks good to me. Beautiful. So all that's left is to program the INS. Just to not spoil anything for you for later, I'm gonna use the Felis automated system to do that. To not spend too much time on that, but yeah, pretty much done with everything except for the INS programming and the departure programming as well. Good. Anything else that I may have forgotten? I do not believe I did, but feel free to let me know. I'm probably going to take a short break myself, and just to, get refreshed real quick, and then actually I'll do that after I program the INS really quickly. And I'm just gonna do that from this menu here. Looks like we're still boarding towards the end. Cargo is all done. We can disconnect the GPU.
Cockpit to ground. Disconnect ground power.
As for the INSs, by the way, how are we looking on the INS?
Ground power disconnected.
05. So this is lined up. This is aligned. This is aligned beautiful. So we can get them to nav. Beautiful. So that's done. And now we can go into waypoint programming. Actually, before we go, I'll just do mode 4. Waypoint 1, it's not programmed yet. Mode 4. And the reason I'm going to use the tool by Felis is because if I do, then it continuously updates the waypoint along the route. Wait a minute, I don't think you're seeing what I'm doing necessarily, so let's go back to this. Beautiful. So mode 4 and waypoint 1, waypoint 1. Good. So we want to open a flight plan, and the reason I started saying the reason I'm going to use this tool and not actually program it, because later when I want to leave the computer to do other stuff around the house, it will continuously update my point after the first 9 ones. I can just leave it alone and it will update the further sets. So we're looking for KJFK to LLBG, and I want to make sure that this is the correct flight plan. So go to here, Betty, ACK, Brad, Scott's, Jupy, 4950, 5140, 5230, and 5320. Perfect, that's the one. So I can write from the second waypoint, which is Betty. So I just clicked it. It was a little bit anticlimactic. How are we looking on fuel, by the way? Still getting fuel. But that's okay. I think we'll get it on time. So now, assuming we did hit remote to enter all of these, I'm going to check just one and trust that it did it for all of the others exactly the same. So let's see, Betty, 40336, 73 West 73007, Nantucket VOR is 41169 north and west 70016. Correct. Brad 43090 west 67000. Scott's north 44330 west 64000. Jupi's north 4830.0 west 52000. Then we got north 49 west 50. That's pretty self-explanatory. Then we have north 51 west 40. Then we have north 52 west 30. And then north 53 west 20. And that's the end of this set. Beautiful. So this should be all good. Beautiful. And let's talk about the departure real quick. I guess might as well do a briefing. So Sid is going to be the Kennedy 5 from runway 31 left. It's going to be a Canarsie climb. So it's going to be a climbing left turn direct to Canarsie VOR 112.3, which is set. Make turn east of Canarsie, radial 039. Remain within 4.5 DME from JFK. So we have JFK on DME 1. And we'll just track the RMI here to make sure we're within radial 039. So the tail of VOR number 2 will not exceed 039, which is the tail not exceed here. But we are effectively turning. Then via Canarsie, radial 176, cross DME 2.0 Canarsie, or JFK 253, out above 2500. So radial 176. It's gonna be a left turn anyway. Even if we lose an engine, it's gonna be a left turn all the way to heading of 180. Which is close enough to 176 radial. And the JFK 253 could be on VOR number 1. No, I actually don't need it, it's just a limitation, which we can track otherwise. I'll put it on 176, and if we need to, we'll track the JFK radial 190 to Chant. It's going to be on nav 1. So that's good. Everything otherwise is staying off. I do want to increase the reference to about 10, which is a good attitude for an engine out situation. Good. So everything should be set up. So just to actually do a briefing here, we're leaving here runway. We're leaving here. What would I do? To get rid of some stuff here, waypoints and nav aids. Good. We are in JFK. Weather is good, a little bit gusty, so it's going to be a no thrust reduction departure. Otherwise, looking good. B31 pushing out of here and taxiing most likely via Hotel Bravo to join probably. Most likely it's going to be to join Bravo Juliet Zulu to full length 3-1 left. There's a hot spot here and a Kilo and Bravo area, and a crossing of a runway, and probably a little bit busy around Zulu. As for the Kennedy 5 departure, we discussed it at 310, pretty much at 400. I'm going to start heading left towards Canarsie based on the RMI number 2. And reaching Canarsie, and just before I'm going to turn to intercept course radial 176 outbound Canarsie on the Canarsie climb. Initial altitude is 5,000. The heading is set to 180. That's for the case of an engine failure during departure after V1. We do not have auto brakes RTO mode, so it's going to be all me if we have to stop. So the engine failure plan below 80 knots, we will stop the departure for pretty much any indication we don't like. Above 80 knots, below V1, we will stop for wind shear, engine failure, any fire, or airplane unsafe to fly. Above V1, we will stop for nothing. At 400 feet, it's going to be a left turn to heading 180. At 1000, we will accelerate, retract the flaps, and once we get to clean, we will go to max continuous thrust and continues to climb to 2,000 feet initially, which is the MSA around here. Otherwise, if everything works out well, after the Canarsie climb, we're expecting to go to Betty. Betty is vectors to JFK radial 109. So when the time comes, we can do that, or just use the INS if we actually get the direct. That's all I have for now. Any questions at all? Anything to add? Very good. So fuel is going, boarding is still going. Actually, it seems like we do have the fuel finally, which is awesome. Very good. I will skip the checklist here because I do not like how it's made. Otherwise, everything looks good to me. And beautiful. Normally this would be a good time to do a before start checklist. Awesome, guys. Or I guess pre-flight checklist, and now we'll wait for the before start until we get the hydraulics checked. Alright, guys, thank you very much for being here. In about 5 minutes I'm going to start the actual flight stream. Apologies if it's going to bore you that I'm going to talk through what I'm doing again. But it's just going to be a short briefing like I normally do for my flights. Thank you very much for watching for this one. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have any comments, concerns, suggestions, please let me know in the comments or the chat, or you're welcome to do that in the next stream that I'm going to do. The next stream is going to be at Quiet Cruise, so I'm not going to be as talkative on via voice. So yeah, thanks again, and I'll see you in about 5 minutes in the next stream. Bye bye.